In May 2025, Michael Gicheni and Emma Kangai were just 2 weeks away from getting married in an elaborate wedding. But after spending the day running errands for their wedding, they were involved in a road accident while traveling together. Tragically, they both died. This is a story of a love built to last a lifetime that ended just a few weeks before it ever began. Welcome to Fatal Journeys, where we honor the lives behind the headlines and follow the light in the lives that ended too soon. Michael was born in 1996. He spent part of his early childhood in Mombasa before moving to Nyeri, where he spent majority of his life. Emma grew up in Chuka, in a home where family, faith, and responsibility mattered. They didn't know each other then. They were in different towns, different schools, and had different childhood memories. But in two separate places, they were making a similar decision. They both felt drawn to the medical field. Emma was described by her family and friends as a caring, considerate person, so choosing nursing was a natural path for her. On the other hand, Michael chose nursing because this was a practical decision for both him and his family at that time. After talking to their families about their future, they eventually enrolled in the same college. They didn't plan to meet. They just followed the same calling, and that's where their paths crossed. As practicing nurses will tell you, medical training isn't easy. It has longer than usual shifts, early mornings, clinical rotations that test your patients. It is a career path where you are trained to meet people when they are in their most vulnerable time. This is the environment that they got to know each other in. They began as friends who were just in school together. This was not the only thing that they had in common. Both of them had a similar faith. They belonged to PCA and Catholic Church, where they participated actively. When they started talking to each other, they soon discovered that they had quite a lot in common, and their friendship began to be more personal. Sharing stories of how they grew up, their families, and their humble beginnings. At this age, meeting someone who you can genuinely connect with and there is mutual understanding is a gift. Michael and Emma knew this. They took time to build strong roots. It was two people realizing they saw the world in a similar way and slowly began building something together. After qualifying, they stepped into their careers. Michael served in health facilities, including Kamohuha Health Center under the county government of Murang'a. Emma worked at Kangemi Medical Center. She became known as someone dependable, the kind of nurse who followed through, the kind who stayed focused when things were busy. Her boss, Benson Mwanje, would later say that she wasn't chasing titles, she was building experience, growing the facility, and contributing significantly. These commendable qualities are what got her to be beloved by her colleagues at the same medical center. Outside of work, Emma had a different energy. Looking at her TikTok page, you see someone who likes to laugh and enjoy little things. There are videos of her dancing, doing trends, and just laughing at herself. There is this one particular video of her picking flowers and making them into art while taking a walk in Chuka. She enjoyed life's simple moments. This vibrant part of her personality was also reflected on the videos she shared on her and Michael. Their relationship at this point had become much stronger. Their connection had grown. Friends say they loved each other and that their connection was evident to everyone. Emma was also very close to her family. They spoke often, and she would help her mom with various things that her mom wanted. They spent time together quite a lot. When a daughter is preparing for marriage, it is rarely a solo journey. There are discussions, opinions, and shared excitements. Emma had that with her family. As the relationship with Michael became more serious, firm decisions were made. They were not going to run off quietly. They were going to honor their families and their relationship and follow the requirements to make it official. From the first visit to the white wedding. As these kinds of functions go, they spoke to their families. And on December 26, 2021, the first formal introduction took place. That mattered because it meant this wasn't just two people dating anymore. It was families getting involved and solidifying their union. There were more visits after that, following all the traditions that are required at this stage. Conversations, agreements, and plans. This was about their union. Then, on November 30th, 2024, they held their ruracio. Emma was so excited about this day. She even documented it on social media to her followers. She did a big countdown where she counted down moment by moment. On the material day, she wore a beautiful white gown with green fabric, while Michael wore a white African suit with matching African fabric. They looked beautiful together on that day. On the other side, their families were also doing major preparations for food, gifts, and transportation. When the day arrived, every family wanted to make a good impression. Women woke up early to cook traditional food. Gifts were prepared and carried to the women. Michael's family left Nyeri early in the morning, headed to Emma's parents all the way in Chuka. Women sang songs at the gate. There was laughter. Emma's aunties opened the gate and the day began. The day was so joyous. The pictures shared on social media showed a proud family happy to support their children on their big day. As they met, the family would now be joined forever. That day, the elders did the negotiations that were handled with humor and respect for each family. By the end of the day, the family had agreed on all matters and given their blessing for them to get married. For many Kenyan couples, the traditional wedding is where the official union starts. But it was not over. They were given the blessing to hold their white wedding on June 7, 2025. Unfortunately, the next time these families would meet again would be under horrific circumstances. By May 2025, the final details had come together. They ran errands connected to the wedding to finalize on the big day. They were doing a last run with suppliers and speaking to their wedding committees about the details. Some family members later said that they had conversations with them on this day regarding food. After doing errands together, they met to go home. By this time, it was quite late. They were together in the car at around 9 p.m. on Thika Road Highway. Details about the crash remained limited to the public, but what is known for sure is that the impact was severe and had a tragic road accident that ended their lives. All the wedding plans would now be just 2 weeks away, their whole future waiting to begin. WhatsApp groups that had been created for the wedding planning with names, themes, and excitements slowly shifted the tone. Conversations changed from decor and guest lists to funeral arrangements. Shock spread through family, friends, and colleagues. The two were laid to rest on separate days in their respective ancestral home. Michael was laid to rest first on Wednesday, June 4. 3 days later, on June 7th, Emma was laid to rest. Remember, 7th June is the day that their wedding was supposed to have been held. The date was still significant, but it had changed meaning. The families decided to lay them to rest on different days so that they would attend both funerals. Their friends and family and nursing fraternity showed up. They remembered their relationship as unique, full of love and adventure. Their funeral was a deeply emotional gathering for everyone, mourning the tragic loss of this couple. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the families of Michael Gicheni and Emma Kangai. May you find strength and comfort as you navigate this profound loss.